What is up, guys? Archon Tsunami here, bringing you guys another YouTube video. In today's video, I want to talk about the incredible event that happened during Poexel's run of Chrono Trigger. But before we get into that, I'm going to break down what GDQ is for those who may not know. GDQ is Games Done Quick, and it's broken up into two events, AGDQ, which happens in January, and that charity is usually for cancer prevention, and then SGDQ, which happens in June, and that one usually goes towards Doctors Without Borders. The events themselves are ran by a large group of incredible people who speedrun games for an entire week on Twitch, and they also give the viewers a chance to affect like how the event goes with donation incentives. Like if you look there, you can see Chrono Trigger Luca's name. You donate enough money towards it and that one wins, then you actually get to name the characters, or in some cases you can actually add games to the event. Like Super Mario Bros. 3 I think was added, Majora's Mask was added. There was other incentives for like different categories, like in the case of Chrono Trigger here, if you look it says glitchless any percent, but it gets changed to glitchless 100%, which is absolutely amazing. So there's a lot of viewer participation, and all around it's just an amazing event put on by such wonderful people. So now that you know what GDQ is, if you look in the upper right hand corner, you can actually see where they raised 2.1 million thus far going into the final game of the night. I'm going to show you guys screenshots of Poexel's run. On the left there is the timer, so at 2.5 hours they raised over 100k. You can see the donation amount in the lower right. So at the 4:16 mark they raised double what they did within the first 2 hours. Just amazing. And right now they're trying to beat past GDQ records. I think the one they're currently trying to beat is AGDQ 2019, or maybe it's AGDQ 2018. I think the most was at SGDQ 2018. And that was like 2.8 mil. Not even an hour goes by and they've more than doubled what they had at the 4.5 hour mark. So this means that they raised $400,000 within an hour. That is just mind-blowing. And now this GDQ is the biggest GDQ in history. Now everybody's hoping that they get to the $3 million mark. I know I was definitely drawn to the edge of my seat watching this. I was so excited to see if they broke the GDQ mark, and there's basically only like 20 minutes left in the run. I think the run was 5:34, so it's about 25 minutes until the run ends. Before I show the final screenshot here, guys, I definitely encourage you guys to go check out the VOD and watch all the excitement that was happening. It was definitely a moment you do not want to miss. So what was the grand total for SGDQ 2019? The grand total was $3,001,000. I took my screenshot at the $3 million mark because it was such a big milestone for them to break, and you can see all the excitement in the room and the emotion. And at home, being a viewer, I was excited watching it. I was thinking at first maybe they're going to, break the 2.5 mil mark and that's all they're going to get. And then once they hit that, I was thinking, maybe they'll get to the 2.8 mil and then they'll break the biggest GDQ in history record. And by the end of it, you're like, there's no way they're going to raise $900,000 within a 5.5 hour run, with 400,000 of it coming within the last basically hour and a half of the run. It's just incredible to see people come together for such a great cause. It's incredible to see games bring people together for such an incredible cause. Because nowadays, every time something bad happens, and not to belittle the tragedies that happen to these people, but it's usually blamed on the video games. They made him do wrong. It's just awesome to see such an incredible event prove that games can bring people together for a good cause. So this part of the video is going to be a little personal. I'm going to talk about my first ever exposure to a GDQ, and I'm going to put up the exact moment when I first clicked on a GDQ stream. I remember it to this day. It's absolutely crazy. It was the FF9 run by Poexel and Spike Vegeta at AGDQ 2013. I remember clicking on the stream and seeing them on this boss fight. I had just gotten back into the game myself, just, casually playing it. Didn't even think of speedrunning at the time. And watching them just tear apart the game and just break it down was absolutely mind-blowing to me. It's hard to believe that it took place 6 years ago, and without this GDQ, I don't think I ever would have found Spike Vegeta's channel. I don't think people realize just how big of an impact GDQ has outside of charity and helping streamers who speedrun games get a lot of exposure as well. I'm sure a lot of people have built their channel from GDQ. I remember back when I first started following Spike, they would come into his chat and ask him, "Hey, are you the GDQ guy?" Because Spike would do commentary off camera for donations and that. It's just incredible to think just how much GDQ has evolved and what it's done for not only charity but for people in general. I would personally love to go to a GDQ at some point. I'm planning on it within the next couple years. The real thing I'd like to do though is actually help set up a GDQ. For all they've given me, I would like to give back in return. I know that's probably never going to happen, but it would be nice, to be able to give back outside of just donating. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of SGDQ this year. I thought it was a pretty amazing watch, and if you haven't watched it yet, go check out the VODs. I'm going to link the Games Done Quick Twitch channel for you, so that way you guys can go find it. And let me know what you guys thought of the video. I'm going to leave you guys with the boss fight that got me interested in GDQ, so hopefully you enjoy.
Oh, okay. You can just regularly attack. You can use a different diamond.
Yeah, I'll do a shift break instead just for the
So for those of you
style
on
points.
what went on, when you counterattack, you still use MP attack.
Yeah.
That was the worst place for counter ever. There will never be a worse time for counter.